What's up, guys? My name is Noah. I make music as Haterade, and this is a video on 3 tips to make your drops hit a little bit harder. So, with drops, they're the main part of our song, right? You're watching this video, you're making EDM too, I think. But nevertheless, in EDM, the drop is the most important part of the song, and we want to make sure that hits really hard when it comes in. We got this whole build up coming, and that's building all this tension. We want the payoff to be good. We don't want the drop to be whack when it comes because, that's what everybody's waiting for. And that's what we built all this hype up right here. This is all, the build-up's all hype. It's all hyping up right for this part. And so when this comes in, we want this to be the most powerful instance right here on this first part. Now, granted, this isn't a 100% for every song, because some songs, when they come in, it sounds like it's about to drop and it doesn't drop right there, and it drops over here on the 4 or maybe on the next bar over or something. But for this particular track that I just did, this is what we want. We want that first initial hit to be the most powerful. So I put together this loop with some Cymatics loops, using some drums from the Cymatics pack. I think it's a Titan pack. Yeah, I use a Titan pack for pretty much all this stuff. So I'll play this for you guys, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so we got that right there. So you'll notice right here I have this kick turned up a little bit. Now, the reason why I do that is because I want this one to be the most powerful kick in this loop. I want this to be like right here. I want that initial one to go boom right when the drop starts. The rest of them don't necessarily have to be that intense. Actually, it's probably good that they aren't that intense, because we don't want the listener to get used to this one as like, that's just the normal kick. We want that one to be the loudest kick in our drum loop. So here, I'll play it for you with the volume back down. Check it out. So we'll boost that up. Boost it up a couple of dB. Yes, I know it's clipping, but it's fine just for this first one. See, it gives all that extra power right there, which that's what we want. So next thing we could do is a really relatively simple trick, and it's with the master fader. So normally you're not supposed to touch the master fader. That's something you want to leave at 0. But for the purpose of making our drops a little bit more intense, we can automate the volume. So automate this fader right here and make a point right on the 1. So if you're using Ableton 10, this will snap to the grid. But if you're using Ableton 9, you're going to want to zoom in and make sure that it's right there on the 1. And the 1 refers to the beats in a bar. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 beats in each bar. And we call this the 1 E and 2 E and So that's how we keep track of the beats in each bar. So we want this to hit right on the 1. But we're gonna make the volume automate down just a little bit, so it's not too noticeable. We don't want it to get all quiet right before this part comes. But adding this extra little bit of volume, it won't destroy our mix, and it'll give us a little bit extra power. So I brought this down 2 dB over the course of this whole build up again. So let's play it again. So that's another trick you can use right there with the volume automation. It's really subtle, and a lot of people won't notice it, but this will really come out in the mastering process as well. So last tip, or actually I got 2 more for you. Bonus tip. We'll grab a sweep. So I got a sweep right here we can use for this. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to add sort of like a second little buildup right here in this space where we have our vocal sample. it's going to act as more tension being built up right when the tension seems like it's about to release. We build it up again, and we use this little space right here to maximize the tension, and then it will boom hit right on the one like we want it to. So check this one out. See, adds that extra little flair right before that drop, which gives it that nice little pop right at the end. So, one last thing, and this is kind of track specific. It won't really make the drop hit harder on every time, but what I like to do is I like to come in here and take a little piece of the sub right here, or the 808, whichever you prefer to call it, and I like to reverse it. Now, Ableton 10 to reverse, you can just press the R key, but if you're using Ableton 9, you can come in here and there should be a, or actually it'll be right here. It'll be this reverse button, and you can hit that and it'll reverse the sample. Well, we're going to come in here and we're going to pull the fades up like this. And again, if you're using Ableton 9, you'll have to go in here. Your drop-down menu will be show fades. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this little subsample and have it reverse right into the kick. So it'll sound like this. It's really subtle, but it's noticeable. What we're going to do too is we're going to add this little bit of space right there too. We want that little bit of space, and it makes a difference. You trust me, like when you're doing this with other sweeps and stuff like that, and you want something to sweep into maybe the second half of your drop, try this. Cut just a little portion out of that. It'll add a lot more emphasis on this initial kick right here. So check this out. It's really subtle, but it works. So that's about it, guys. That's 3 tips plus a bonus tip on how to make your drops hit a little bit harder. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.